Hello friends, so far we have learned loops and conditions, but programming truly makes sense when we write real programs. In this video, we will build two practical examples, a simple calculator and some number patterns. So today, Python is not theory, it's just doing real work with the real world examples.
Let's right now see how we can build a calculator using the Python code. I have already opened a PyCharm window over here. Let me just create a file over here really quick, which I named as in calculator.py over here, as I'm going to build a calculator. So it makes sense that I should give a name as in calculator over here. So I just put a calculator. So let me just explain to you what I exactly want to perform by an scenario of a question that is a requirement specifically. I'm going to take two numbers from the users and a one operations, specifically what he want to perform on those number. So it might be plus, minus, division, multiplication, whatever it might be. The operation will be depends on him or her to perform on those number. So basically, I am taking those input from the user, that two numbers and the operations. And after that, I evaluate that specific numbers with an operation specific that he wants to perform me to do. And then I will execute the code and return the specific result. So this is a simple way of evaluation the thing that we perform normally in the calculator as well. So let's start it right now with the code right now. So as I already know, I want to take a number from the users. So we have already seen in the last videos as well. If you want to take an input from the user side of view, then we use the input functions. So I'm going to put number one as a variable over here, as I'm going to perform a arithmetical, number type of operations. So it makes sense. I use the variable as a num, and then I want to perform fractional values as well, like not in just the integer point of view. I want the result to be in the numbers point of view as well, in the floats, like a point fractions over there. So basically I'm using the float data type, and I'm using the input function to take the input from the user. Enter the first number. Okay, in similar manner, like I will take the input for the second number as well. Number, let's go 2. And similarly, I will take that number as a float in the same manner as well, like I take for the first. Let me just correct the typos over here. Okay, as I've already taken the number from the users over here right now, let me just take the operation which you want to perform on these numbers. So that will be in the string type of data type. So it will be basically a normal input function. I will take a variable as an operations over here, and input function, and ask him to choice for the operation that he want to perform on the specific number. Please choice for the operations among plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus division, and floor division. So this much can operation I'm allocating to the user to perform on the numbers. So I'm just using the if else if blocks over here to evaluate the operation on the specific number along with the operations. So if the user gave me a sign like plus over here, like I'm using the operation variable and comparing that variable with the specific sign. If that sign is matches with this sign, then I want to perform my addition. So I will use a print function that I already know. If I want to print something on the screen, then I use the print function. And after that, I will perform like number 1 plus number 2. So basically, this how it will perform the addition. And in the similar manner, I will use the elif condition to check if the operation is the minus, like a subtraction one, then I will perform this in this way. In the similar manner, like if the operation is like in the multiplication way, like the star operator is in the input. So then I will perform a multiplication over here like this. Multiplication number 1 multiplied by number 2. And in similar manner, if I want, if the operation is like division, then at that time I want to perform the division. And similarly, if the operation is like modular division, then I want to perform the modular division. As I'm writing the code over the things, the IDE itself suggesting me to what we are doing or what we want to exactly do. So after the modular division, I want to also perform the floor division too. It's not the exponential modular division, and then we can use this floor division. So the modular division we have already done it. Now we are doing the floor division, and but in some case might be there is a case extra that user might not enter the choices among this. He might enter something else like a random string or a random input. So at that time I use the else block and print that invalid operation. Please choice. Please choose. Sorry, not choice. Please choose the correct operation. I think I make a mistake over here as well. Here should not be choice. Choose. Okay. Here is our Python code, a simple calculator specifically by using the Python code. So if I save the code right now and then I try to run it, see it asking for the first number to enter the input from the user. So if I take as 24 and it asking me a second number to take a input from the user. If I enter 10 over here, and then it asking what type of operation that I want to perform among these operations. So if I say I want to perform a subtraction right now, so see the operation happens correctly over here. This is a simple calculator that we have just developed dynamically, taking an input from the user and operation and evaluating that operation and getting the result in back. So after that, if I want to take a calculation like 45 and then 10, and now I want to perform like a multiplication. So see 450, the result we get is in the multiplication over here. So this is how we can develop by simple writing a Python if-else conditions and the input from the users and the operation, we can perform this simple calculator to get it built for us. Thank you.
Let's right now talk about input validation and error handling in Python code. As we have already performed a simple calculator operation over here by using the simple if-else condition, but specifically think in the mind of way that if the user is not inputting the correct value and trying to evaluate the specific operations over here. At the current scenario, from this code, it is not handled and he will get some annoying errors and don't want to perform the operations over the code again. So as we don't want to get it irritated for the user to do operation while doing the operation to get it performed. We already want that operation should be correct and get it friendly for the user to use it. So to handle that type of scenario or the cases, we have a concept in Python. By using a try and except block keywords, we can easily handle the annoying errors that are unknown to us and unknown for the users as well, and get the specific error to know the user that you have made some certain inputs errors over here. You can correct it and handle it and do the operation again. So for doing that operation, we can use a try except block. So here I'm going to use that. Simply I'm using the try keyword, and then I want to intent all of my this code inside this. Simply just press a tab key and your code will get intent over here. Like intent in the sense align with the syntax properly to get it execute. without raising any indentation error. So always take a note of it. Like if you are using the try block, there is an except block that we have to use it along with it. Then and then only we can handle the error. Except exception as E, and then I want to raise an error and I want to print it that you have some mistakes. Like in the print statement, I will write invalid input or the operation. Okay. Now our code is error free right now. If user makes some mistakes, the exception will raise over here. Let me just save the code again. Now I try to run it. See, it asking me a number 45. If I randomly not give a second number, specifically a number over here, give a random strings like RTR, something like anything else over here. Like see over here, regardless of raising any annoying error, it give a proper error, invalid input or a operation. So specifically, the normal user will get to know that he had entered a wrong input over here. Let me just show you an scenario if we not use this except and the try block and then try to make a mistake from the code or take an input from the user and how the code will work for that inputs. So let me just save the code. I've saved it. Let me just run now again. If I again enter the same input 34 and RTRE. See, this type of annoying error we are getting if we know or like we can evaluate something over here as a developer point of view, but as this not an for a developer point of view, the user going to use a normal user will be going to use this application or a specific calculator. So he will get annoyed and leave out from the system and don't use it again. So we don't want that exactly. So that's why we can handle this type of scenario by using a try except block specifically like this. So the main motive of this using a try and except block in Python code when we want to handle the annoying errors and the exception which are not in our controls or the things that we don't know at when it will going to happen. Then at that time we can use the exception raises blocks to raise the certain exception or certain input error in front of the user to get it more clarified to the user that what is the mistakes exactly that they have done in their inputs while performing or evaluating the things. So this is how we can use the try block and else block, sorry, not else block, except block along with the try block in Python code. Let's right now see a number pattern using a Python code. So basically I have already opened a PyCharm window over here and created a file which is named as pattern.py over here. See pattern.py, and already I have put the expression which I want to evaluate in this video right now. So basically we want to perform this type of pattern that we have to print using a Python code. So just bear with me. I will explain the things and how this evaluation works to print this type of pattern along with the Python code as well. So as you can see over here, the numbers are iterated from top to bottom approach in a pyramid format. A half pyramid you can say it, not a full pyramid over here. In a triangle shape exactly. Not even the pyramid. I can say the triangle over here. It started from 1 and slowly it is getting incremented to 1, 2 till 5 over here. So we got the range that it is started from 1 and ended till 5 over here. So basically I will take a number as an input over here like as in 5 and it start from 1 to start from the ascending to the descending order over here, ascending to descending. So I take a number as an input as in 5. As we already know that it is started from 1 and ends with 5 over here. So I take that number specifically. Now, as we already know that this is a incremental form, you are going step by step over here. So in Python, for printing such type of patterns, we can use the loops concepts. So I'm using a for loop over here, and in the sense I can use it for I in range. I want to iterate a specific range interval over here. Started from 1, that the first value is started from 1, so it doesn't make that we start from the 0 index. I'm using the first value that I want to print it. So I started with 1 and goes till n, that the specific value of the iteration that I want to perform, and just put it 1 because I want to print the last value as in 5 over here. But if I not if I just simply press enter the n over here, it will goes till 1 to 4, not it will not print the 5 over here, but I want a 5 in the output. That's why you are getting confused. Just bear with me, I will explain the later stage with the detailed explanation as well. Just I'm explaining with the things. Just got it right now. If you are getting confused, don't worry. I will explain one more time. So as the for loop, first for loop is completed, that iteration is going one by one. Now, as you can see in the second iteration, once it goes down and down and down, it is incremented the value of the digits as well. Like first time it print the 1, then it print the 1, 2, then it print 1, 2, 3, then it print 1, 2, 3, 4, and then at last it print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is an incremental form in the digits as well. Like one by one it is incremental in the level, and these spaces are also included with the incremental form. So for that, we can also use another loop. I will use a nested loop over here for j in range, which started from 1 as the same that we do for the I first for loop. And this for loop will use the I value, the ith index value. Like it will be I plus 1, and that it will print the j value specifically, j value, not I value. And I will use the end thing over here. End is like the way if you want to keep the spaces in between, then end is the way that we can use in Python to keep a spaces between the results. So that's why I use the end over here. And I'm printing the j. As the iteration goes one by one, I want to print the j value. And after that loop, I just use a empty print function to keep execution flow smooth over here. So saving the code, then if I clear the output and then I try to run the code, just bear with me. I will explain the things in detail as well by showing a debug point of view with line by line patterns.py. See, whatever the things that we are required for to get it evaluated, that we are getting in the result as well. So this is how it works in Python. So let's right now see how it get evaluated for your better understanding. I'm putting a breakpoint over here. Now I just click the debug icon over here. See, right now, carefully see, I will show you the exact evaluation right now over here. Now see, the n variable is equals to 5. Now in the first for loop, when we are going to iterate sequentially one by one, it started from 1 and now n is equals to 5. 5 plus 1 equal to 6 means 1 and 6. Means it will start from 1 and end still 6 number. So one by one, I will choose that values right now. So the I value will be 1 as it is started from 1 over here. Now see in the J, in the second for loop, the I value is 1. Okay. Now that I value is getting incremented by 1 over here, and that range from 1 to 2 over here. After adding that, I'm saying to your 2 over here. So basically the j will iterate once over here because it is started from 1 and ends the 2 digits specifically, 2 numbers specifically over here. So see, it print one time and then out from the loop because it started from 1 and I having the 1 value, I 1 plus 1 equals to 2. If you start from 1 and ends till 2, it has only one iteration. That's why it come out of the loop over here. Now it goes to the another outer loop, in the outer loop exactly, and go iteration again. Like now this is the value of I is equal to 2. Now inner loop will have 1 plus 2 plus 1 equal to 3. Now the iteration will be 2 times over here for the inner loop. Like if I go inside 1, 2 and out, and see this time it executed the 2 times. Now it goes to the outer loop and again go back to the inner loop. Now this time the I has the 3 value over here. Now see j in the range 1
and 3 plus 1 will be 4. The iteration right now will be 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and out. And again, now the I for the same, I have like not shown the console to you right now. Console, you can see it right now. It is printing the value in the same format one by one. Now see the I value is 4 over here. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so specifically, if you see I has the value right now 4. 4 plus 1 equals to 5. Now the inner loop will go 1 to 5, like the 4 iteration will happen over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 for it will not execute for 5 because the range is like only the 4 over here. 1 to 5 like is equals to a 4 iteration specifically, so it execute only the till 4. Now it is the last iteration for the outer loop. Now the value of I is 5. 5 plus 1 equal to 6, and now j will iterate for 5 times. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out from the loop. See, it print the exact same pattern that we have requested for. So this how the pattern get executed by using the loop and a nested loop inside it. So friends, today we built real Python programs, a calculator and a pattern-based number programs. If you understood this, you are officially moved from beginner to a programmer level right now. In the next module, we will be starting the functions which makes code reusable and powerful, and also see how they works exactly in Python. If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more Python tutorial. See you in the next video.